Wait, so you deconstructed from a 20-year Christian faith so much that it made you an atheist now because you realized it's not as valid as you thought? I got news for you. It's not the lack of evidence in the claims of the Bible. It's that your faith was as shallow as the reasons for your Christian music career. And now you got the nerve to claim that it's because Christians indoctrinate people and pastors don't want you to ever question what you're taught? Just because you were naive enough to believe in something that you never questioned doesn't mean that's what Christianity is all about. Now you had a revelation on your own and discovered there's actually a bunch of contradictions in the Bible. The fact that it took you so long in your walk with Christ to realize that there are hundreds of apparent contradictions, most of which are resolved with just a little bit of context, just proves that you never did any of your homework. You can't blame that on Christians, the Bible, or the supposed Jesus you used to believe in. You were just a lazy Christian who was more concerned with being a Christian rock star than an educated believer. You, out of all Christians, should have been the first to ensure that you were putting your faith in something that you could actually trust if you were officially representing Christianity. But instead, like many Christians, you followed God with your feelings, your emotions, rather than with solid reasoning. That's why we're commanded to love God with all of our heart, strength, soul, and mind. Just because you failed to do that doesn't mean everyone else does. Just because your deconstruction was as easy as kicking over a stack of Legos doesn't mean that there's nothing solid to root our faith in. Honestly, I'm sorry that you feel broken and offended that someone persuaded you to believe in something that you never actually found good reason to believe in. I'm sorry that you were taught that the root of our faith in Christ is based only on blind faith that doesn't question the core doctrine of the gospel. Because that's not what the Bible actually teaches. Jesus might have encouraged believing without always needing to see, but he still provided evidence that he was who he claimed to be. The apostles called the early Christians to trust in Christ because they were eyewitnesses to his resurrection. In fact, throughout the entire Bible, you'll see that anytime someone put their faith and trust in God, he proved himself thereafter to be trustworthy, reliable, and faithful to his word. So while we continue to walk with Christ, we'll be building up our foundation every day. Instead of assuming that everything we're told is true, we'll be getting constructed the right way, making sure our faith is firmly rooted so when challenge and doubt and trials arise, we'll have something that's not so easy to dismantle.